Welcome back to my channel. This is Defender, and today we're going to be deep diving into Linux and how to work with bash scripts, right? If you're pretty comfortable working on the Linux terminal, then working with bash scripts shouldn't be that much of an issue. We're going to be going over this simple yet small bash script that I've done. It's a bash script that basically prints out the CPU usage banner, CPU average load times, CPU, what processes are utilizing most of our CPU resources. We're going to print out the percentage of free disk space on our main drive, and then we're going to print out available and used memory by reading the proc /meminfo. And then we're going to basically test the internet connectivity if we have internet on our machine or not by pinging Google's IP address, right? And so I'm going to go over, if not almost all of these lines, and basically explain to them in further detail. So the first one is we're going to basically issue a SheBang. Basically, the SheBang tells the computer, hey, this is not just your regular TXT file. This is a file where we're able to basically type out our commands and then just run them out as commands as if we were running them on a terminal. So basically saying, okay, this is a file that we're going to run some commands on. And so the first thing you see here is a comment with the hashtag or pawn. We're going to create our banner for each section of our system check script. We have three variables here. The first one is the line with the slash in the end. Basically, we're saying we're going to start a new line, and then with the T, we're going to start a tab, right? So right here on this variable, which is I named this sep, short for separator. We have a long string of asterisks here, and then followed by three variables. So basically, after these large strings of asterisks, we're saying, okay, start a new line. After you start a new line, hit tab twice. After that, we're going to have a string, just a regular string, named string. And then after that string, we're basically going to say, okay, start a new line. And then after that, print out the same amount of asterisk as this one down here. So then we're going to call that and clear, but we don't really need this. And basically clear whatever you have on your terminal. Basically, we're going to clear that entire terminal so that we have a better view of this script. After that, we're basically going to print out CPU usage banner. We're going to take this this entire variable, like the value within this variable, and basically what we're going to say is we're going to call this entire thing section, and then we're going to call sep, and from sep we're going to find the string that has the name string, so this one, and then we're going to replace that with CPU usage. And basically what that's going to do is basically what we're doing is basically we're taking this, and the only thing we're doing is we're removing this and replacing it with CPU usage. After that, we're going to call that, and then it'll print out this CPU usage banner. After that, that's when we use we have a variable, and the value is a command. And so I'm going to go over that command here. How you get the CPU what is it, average loads, we do uptime. Basically with uptime, this tells us how long our computer has been running for, how many users are on it, and the average load time based on 1 minute, the past 5 minutes, and the past 10 minutes, right? So you can see here that the our CPU, you know, before doing recording this video, I was running some different programs that was making our basically just our CPU was using more resource than it usually would. And so these are the values that we want. We don't want this entire output. So what we're going to do is we're going to pipe that, and we're going to use cut, right? So cut basically is a simple tool used so that you're able to extract specific text within specific fields, right? So for example, this is the fields, this is the text that we want, and we have to identify what field this is. So we're going to use a delimiter, which is going to be space. Basically, think of a delimiter as a I would say like an index, right? Some sort. So basically saying, okay, this is 1, and then this is 2, and then this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that's basically what a delimiter is like. And then we're going to get, set the fields that the values that we want to get. So for example, let's say I want to grab this, right? This time frame. So I'll just put 2. And so there you go. But I actually want these 3 values right here. So we're just going to count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe it's 12. Let's try 11 first. So average, yep, 12. Okay. Let's do 13. There you go. So then we're going to put this entire command in a variable. And so that's what we did here, right? Right here, we put this command in a variable called CPU usage, and then we're going to basically print that out and say CPU average load times, create a new line. And then after that new line, we're going to say, okay, this is the CPU usage. And then after that, again, we do the same thing as we did for the CPU average load banner. We're going to basically create another, or use the same variable, right? Section called sep, and then find string and replace that with CPU processes. And then again, we're going to print that out for the next portion of this script. After that, what we're going to do is we have another value, CPU processes, and then I have a one line, right? A one line command. So we're going to go over that. So I'm going to clear this. And there's this program called top or htop, right? It's a really nice program. It tells you exactly what's going on the behind the scenes of your computer. What processes are running, what's the process ID number, which is this, what users are using that processes. For example, OBS is basically what I'm using to record this segment for you guys. So that's what I'm using. And as you can see here, that OBS is utilizing most of our CPU resources, right, and memory. So yeah, so basically top is a program that tells you exactly what's going on, like what's running on your machines, what's the status of your memory and all that sorts of stuff. So we're going to quit this. Now the thing with top is if I were to let's say grep CPU, I can't, I'll do, it'll allow me to do that, but it'll be going in, I would say live in a way. So basically, the only way for me to get out of here is if I control C, right? So I get out of here. So, but we want to run top in something that's called batch mode, in a way where we're still able to interact with the terminal instead of having to quit our session with top. So we'll do B for batch, and then I'm going to put N for it to only iterate once, right? Because I don't want it to keep iterating. So when you see it, it keeps updating. That means it's always iterating. So I'm just going to set it to 1. Now for an example, I'll grep, let's say something like top right here. So we'll grep top, and there you go. Now I can't do that if I had top like this and then I piped it with grep top. It just it would work, but I still would have to kind of quit top so that I'm still able to issue commands on the terminal. So I'm going to clear this, and then we're going to say, okay, we're going to do top here. Yeah, we'll do top B and 1. And basically what we're going to do is we want these the processes of what's utilizing most of our CPU resources. So we're going to grep percentage CPU, and I'll show you why. So this, remember, these are the labels that were listed on top. So process, user ID, user, and etc. Right? So after that, we're not done. We have to basically, let's actually head. We're going to basically list the, we're going to print out the output the first couple of lines. So we'll say 20. It's not working. So there's the reason that is because I have to specify basically the lines that's associated with that, right? So v, in other words, if I were to go to grep help, and then let's say we grep v, right? This right here, so invert match. So basically select non-matching lines. So basically we're what this is doing, we're selecting, basically we're trying to find CPU, but we're also selecting non-matching lines, which are the lines basically the remaining lines. So we'll go back. Now again, I want this stuff right here, right? I don't like when it comes to the CPU, like these numbers right here, yes, they're helpful, but I don't know what processes are associated with these numbers, right? So these numbers, well, these names are what's important to me. That's what I want to find. So what we're going to do is we're going to use another command line utility called awk, AWK, right? Awk is a little bit more advanced than cut. Well, pretty much more advanced than cut, because it just doesn't extract text from outputs just like cut does, but it also scans for patterns in text, right? And then in a way you are able to manipulate and generate specific outputs of sequences. That makes sense. So yeah, so we're going to use awk, and basically I'll just delete this, do AWK, and we're going to basically print basically what field we want, right, of what column. And so we're going to say curly bracket print, and then so this is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Do the same thing with cut, but I just wanted to demonstrate this with awk. So we'll do $, and then if you count, it'll be 12. So then we'll close this. Okay, let's see what went on. Clear. Let's look back at our commands. We have top b and grep v CPU awk print $12. Okay, so then let's so this is not what I want. So let's actually go back. So it'll probably be, let's see, 13. Okay, I see what the issue was. That's because I had double quotes. So usually when that happens, little things like that does make a difference. Instead of trying to get exactly, so basically what was going on, instead of going like, for example, this is one field, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Instead it was going by singular, right? So like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, like that. So we'll go back, put the single quote. Okay, so now let's actually print the first 20 lines. And it was actually 12, so just remove that. Okay, there you go. So now this is pretty good. So now I just want to remove this unnecessary these unnecessary lines. So we're going to use the opposite of head, which is going to be tail, right? So instead of looking at the of trying to grab the first couple of lines of the output, we're going to actually grab the last. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we'll do 12 and 14. And that's it. And so that's how we grab the CPU processes. Was utilizing most of our CPU resources. And then we go to disk usage, which is right here. And again, same thing, section, call the sep, find string, and replace it with disk usage. And then we echo that. So for that, right, what we're going to do is we're going to use another command line utility tool called df. And you just put df, and it'll give you basically the devices that you have here associated with what's available, what you use so far, what device is mounted on, and this is the file system, right? And so we want what is this one, right? The /boot, and this is my device. So we're gonna do df head, and actually we're gonna use awk. So we'll do name records. So think of name records lines, right? So name record 1 is this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is this. So we'll do name record 7. So that's good. But I don't know what these numbers mean because there is nothing that tells us what it means. So I'm going to go back, put nr equal 1, and we're going to pipe that. There you go. File system, it tells us what's used, what's available, the usage percentage, and what's mounted on. And that's how you do that. So then now we're going to go to RAM, right? This is the easiest one of them all. Again, same thing with section, call sep, replace string for RAM usage, and print that out. We have a variable called memory available. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to read this this file, right, in the proc directory. So we're going to do cat proc memory info. Okay, so now this is a large output, long lines of outputs. We just want these 3. So the easiest way to do that is actually just pipe that with the head and say we just want the first 3 lines. That's how you do that. So we're going to clear that. And then after that, where are we? Grab all IPv4 address on machines, right? Now again, this is good for practice. I was going to use what is it? ipconfig, but sorry, ifconfig. But you know, as I was reading more about it, they say that IPA is supposed to eventually replace that. So I said, why not? Why not use IPA? And so this is IPA. And basically what I want to do is I want to just get the IPv, because once I print this out, there's going to be IPv4 and IPv6 address. It's going to be it's going to make a lot of confusing. We also have MAC addresses as well in there. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to say we're going to grep, and I'm going to say init, right? So for IPv4, it'll just be with a space like this, right? IPv6, it'll be with a 6, but we're not going to do that. So we'll just do IPv4, and then again, we're going to use the awk tool, and we're going to say, okay, look, we just want this right here. And that's all you want, like literally nothing else. So we're going to do awk print $, where's the $, and 2. And there you have it. We have the loopback interface, and I have 2 NICs. So these are both my IPs for each of my NICs. After that, that's when we're going to use conditional statements. If you're familiar with Python, if we're going to use if, then, else. Well, for Python is if, else. But for this one, we're going to do if, then, else. So basically, if we're able to ping 4 counts 4 times, basically send 4 packets to ICMP packets to 8.8.8.8, then the bottom line is internet works, right? And basically what this means, this right here, basically what this means is, I'll show you guys right here, ping C4 8.8.8. So this output right here, basically we don't want that, right? We just want to see if it worked or not. So another thing is, if I want to do sudo system, let's stop network manager. Right, so now I have no internet. Now if I wanted to do that, you see I have an error. So we're gonna bring that back up though. So we do start. But basically what we're saying is redirect that output to some place called dev null, which is basically, think of it like a trash in a way, like, you know, there's nothing, null. And so we're gonna redirect 2 and 1. There are 3 types of standard ins, right? So we have 0 is for standard input, we have 1 which is standard output, and then 2 which is standard error, right? So yeah, so we don't want to redirect our input, instead we want to redirect the output and error. So basically if it does work, this is the output, we'll redirect that over there, right? This is the error, we'll redirect that to null too. And then we're going to say, okay, echo IP addresses, create a new line, and then we'll use this IPv4 to list out the IPv4 address. Let's actually save this. And then if it does work, then we're going to say, okay, bottom line, internet works. Now, if this doesn't work, if we can't ping Google, then we have no internet. Okay, so let's actually run the script on the directory. Oh, by the way, if you also want to, let's say, create a file on the terminal, we'll list what we have. So let's say touch, let's say script, right? ELS. You see how the color is a little bit more on the bright green than this one? That's because this is just some file. Now, if I wanted to create this into, like, let's say like a bash script, then we'll add some executable permissions. So we'll do sudo chmod and then plus executable permission. So we're adding executable to script, and then the color has changed. You can either run it as bash script .sh if you have like a .sh, or you can do script like that. But for this case, we'll run syscheck.sh. Okay, so you see how it cleared out everything else. So we have the banner, CPU usage, CPU average load time, CPU processes, then we have the disk usage here, the RAM, internet check with my IPv4 address, and bottom line, internet works. Now, if I wanted to turn this off, right, my network manager, and I run the script again, we have to wait real quick. Let's try it again. Let's check what's going on here. Okay, so did I save this? Let's actually figure out what's going on with this. So we'll say, where is it? If ping C4 redirect null, yes. Ping, okay. Okay, so I think I should remove this. That's what it is. That's why. So, it's a good thing that we're actually doing this live, catch your mistakes. So then we'll put this in here instead. So then we'll run this, save, no internet. There you go. So basically, the reason why that didn't work in the beginning is because this was true anyway. So if this was true, then run this, right? But we actually needed to place this on after the then. So now let's turn back our internet. So turn back network manager, start. We'll wait until this Wi-Fi icon pops up and then I have internet, so we'll just wait. Okay, now we do, let's run it again. And it's pinging Google, grabbing our IPv4 addresses, and there you have it. Bottom line, internet works. Try one more time just to just to be on the safe side. Turn that off. Okay, run the thing. Boom, no internet. That's it for this lab. I hope you guys learned something valuable today. It's pretty simple. Definitely encourage you guys to run some bash scripts, automate some small things, even if that's like creating a simple backup script. Using cron to schedule those scripts and tasks. But yeah, that's it. This is Defender. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.